Was this about screwing?
Yeah.
This is Jacqueline Goshinski. She never imagined that a playful moment at home could lead to her being taken into custody until she was forced to confront how others perceived her actions.
Would there be a different reason?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The mother initially described the incident as a misunderstanding or a joke. However, once investigators spoke directly with the children, the situation appeared more serious than first presented, prompting further inquiry into the household environment. July 20th, 2024, in St. Petersburg, Florida. According to investigators, the mother and her 3 children were hanging picture frames in a media or game room. During this activity, the mother allegedly made an inappropriate remark toward her 12-year-old daughter. Shortly afterward, an incident occurred that would lead to her arrest approximately 1 week later.
Yeah, absolutely.
My hands are all sticky from the lollipops.
Okay. I'm going to do this right away and get this out of the way. Okay, so can you just come up into the face this computer for me and put your hands behind your back? Right now you're being arrested for child abuse. I'm going to read you your rights and talk to you and tell you explain what everything's going on, okay?
Okay.
Put your hands together like you're praying.
Yes. May I throw this out?
Yeah, I'll take it.
just
Just
drop
drop
it.
it. There you go. Don't be sorry. Those aren't too tight, are they?
No, sir.
Okay.
43 Charlie Show, 44 outside, 10:15.
She is informed she is being arrested on a charge of child harmful conduct. She remains cooperative, asks whether the handcuffs are secure, and is told to wait as child protection investigators are on the way.
All right, and since the CPI is going to be in here, she's going to need to hear what we talk about. So I'm going to have you sit on this brown stool for a little bit.
Of course.
Okay.
She appears confused and surprised by the arrest.
Have you ever been read your Miranda rights, Jacqueline?
I don't know
Okay.
what those are.
Okay, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Whatever you need to know, I will answer.
Okay.
I am completely compliant. I'm actually really shocked at this. So please, if any information you can give me, I will cooperate.
Okay.
It's okay if you just please.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Officers confirm that her Miranda rights were read in full. Jacqueline states she understands her rights and agrees to speak with investigators.
So, do you know why you're being arrested right now?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, not a clue?
You said child abuse.
Yeah.
Would you please explain that?
Okay, so the event that took place about 2 weeks ago at your house inside the PC room, game area?
The media room?
Media room,
As
okay.
they say, yes.
Yeah. I guess you guys were holding pictures or putting pictures up in the room.
Okay.
Can you explain more? Just to hear what your side of the story?
Was this about screwing?
Yeah, with the screwdriver.
This is the reason why?
Would there be a different reason?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Jacqueline tells investigators she is shocked and wants to cooperate, saying she does not understand why she is being arrested. An investigator refers back to the media room incident and asks whether the situation involved screwing. Jacqueline responds that it involved a screwdriver or drill, reinforcing her claim that it was not meant to cause harm. The difference between a screwdriver and an electric drill with a drill bit is irrelevant. Any power tool applied to a child's body crosses the line of safety and clear judgment. Jacqueline recounted the story in her own words. But before we get to that part, we need to look at what the camera didn't capture. According to reports, the victim, Jacine's 12-year-old daughter, provided details to detectives after reporting the incident to a teacher. She said she was pasting pictures and some needed to be made contact with a power tool on the wall. When she went into the bathroom, her mother allegedly made a comment about being drilled in her private parts. Jacqueline then allegedly took the drill, pressed a button, causing the device to spin rapidly and make contact with her daughter's buttocks. The victim stated that even several days later, the marks were still clearly visible. She said the contact was mostly the screw head, not penetrating deep into the skin, but when she tried to pull the screw out, the pain made her stop. She also said there was visible injury. When the screw was finally pulled out of the skin, this detail makes Jacine's reaction noteworthy, because she said the whole thing was just a joke. Do you notice here that the child's attempt to escape contradicts the mother's idea of consent, humor, or misunderstanding? The investigator asks Jacqueline if she wants to explain what happened.
So do you want to explain what that's all about?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay.
Is that going to change my outcome?
It could.
Okay.
So I just want to hear.
So what happened was we were having a good day. And nobody was having an argument, and I was not intoxicated at all. Because when I said...
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to know if you remember what day this happened.
And it didn't happen 2 weeks ago. It happened recently.
This past weekend?
May I show you? Okay. Anyways. So... This is so crazy. Okay.
Jacqueline begins by describing the day as normal and positive. She emphasizes that there were no arguments and explicitly states she was not intoxicated.
So we were hanging up pictures in the media room. And everything was like really good. And I said, guys, look, if you're going to take the day, it was probably like Friday, Saturday. I could probably recall the day. It was a weekend because we didn't take the day off of camp at all. So it was probably Saturday. And
Saturday, like 6 days ago, or?
no, I still have the bruise.
What do you mean the bruise?
So we were hanging up pictures, and so when I was when I was going and doing the pictures, they all stood back. Is it straight? Is it not? And I was screwing in screws into the wall. Okay, so I can't believe this is the reason.
Are you losing your train of thought?
No, I'm not. I'm just so sad that I'm gonna go to jail for this. That's okay. Anyways, so we were hanging up pictures. Stand back, girls. Is it right? Is it good? Okay. Load up the drill. Okay. So I call it the driver because I'm bilingual.
She repeatedly refers to the drill as a driver, explaining she is bilingual. She insists she did not realize the drill already contained screws.
She loaded up the drill with a screw.
Who did this?
And she was the one that was doing it, but all of the girls were involved. And we were all doing it, and we were all, so the media room, we were doing a library in it. So we were putting all the books on the shelf and putting them in order.
Oh, nice.
And it was a good time because I wanted to have her own spot to sit down and read. And then I had the other two desks over there with the computers so that the other two could have computers that they wake up every day at 5 a.m. to play their video games. They said something about let's put up pictures of all the family. Okay, we found the pictures, I put them up, no problem. Are they straight? Okay. It wasn't a big deal. Anyways, the drill was loaded.
Jacqueline responds that they avoided preloading screws out of fear small children might pick them up, but then admits that screws were present anyway. Her explanation contradicts itself. The assertion that both we avoided pre-installing the screws and the drill already had the screws undermines her credibility.
So put the screw into the drill. And I honestly did not know. I did not know.
You didn't know what?
That the screw was in the drill.
But didn't you tell
Yeah, all the time. There was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pictures.
Okay.
So
So then if you were telling her to load the drill, why would you not think that there was a drill bit in there, on the drill?
the drill bit was on there, but the screws are not supposed to be preloaded because what if it falls and then the baby could get it and all that? It doesn't matter. It happened. Okay. So she put the drill about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, an hour later. We were all done with the pictures. That whole thing was over. I was putting everything away. And as I was walking out, he was going into the bathroom. And I go, have you ever, in this voice, honestly, it was a joke. Have you ever been screwed before? In that voice. I don't know if they, I mean, come on.
I was just asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she goes, I don't know, but anyways, I just went, doop, 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 because my ex did that to me and nothing happened.
So you think it's okay the way
I didn't know there was a screw in there. And there was a preloaded screw, and because it was new, it didn't fall out. It was magnetized. And usually what happens is a screw, when you pick up a drill, it falls out all the time.
She explains that the drill was new and that the screws were magnetized. She claims the child panicked, and she panicked as well, asking whether the child wanted her to remove it. According to Jacqueline, the child told her to go away, so she withdrew.
Anyways, once it happened, she goes, she started panicking so bad, and I was scared. And I said, do you want me to take it out? I'm so sorry, I don't know. And she goes, no, just leave me alone. And I left her alone. I went back into the room, and I'm telling all the girls, oh my gosh, this is bad.
Jacqueline admits that at the time she realized the situation was bad.
And the screw went into her butt.
Do you know what cheek it was?
What?
Do you know what cheek outside?
Yes. The left side.
The left side.
Because if I may demonstrate, she was like this going into the bathroom, and I'm like, have you ever been screwed before? And that's all I did. And
What's the jit mean? What do you mean?
that's what I was pushing, the because the light
Into her
goes
butt.
on. It was not supposed to touch, and it wouldn't have touched because the screw went in very little. If it was just the drill bit, it wouldn't have touched her. Just like always construction workers did to me. It's not a big deal, but it did. It made contact, and it left a mark.
Did it bleed at all?
Yes,
And you didn't help at all?
I helped.
Okay, I'm sorry you said that you didn't do anything after. That's why I was
I mean, I sat down because she said, go away. So she closed the door, and I did. I sat down in the media room with the other two, and I was like, I don't know. I was remorseful because it honestly was not a thing that I did on purpose. This was not something that I did on purpose.
She repeatedly insists the act was not intentional and describes herself as remorseful. Investigators expanded beyond the drill incident. According to the report, officers asked the children whether they felt safe at home. One child responded sometimes, adding that when their mother was angry, the whole day would be terrible. Jacqueline is questioned about allegations of hitting the children.
Okay, and then allegations of hitting. How would you hit them?
Just like I was taught.
And that was?
And that was in slapping or on the butt on the head or anything like that.
What do you mean, like how you were taught?
I was physically abused as a kid. And even though my parents did mean well, I know that, but never did as much as they ever did. And
What do you
don't know.
mean? I'm sorry, what do you mean by that?
As in, I never hit them without a reason for them just to learn. It was never out of rage. And that's what I'm saying. And to show that I did not mean anything, and I didn't know that this would do such a big damage, I did it to myself.
When asked what that meant, she acknowledges being physically harmful conducted as a child, but claims she did not go as far as her parents did.
And days after, every day, this is why I know it's not abuse. Days after, I'm like, how'd you sleep? Even yesterday, because of her foot, I gave her an ice pack on her foot.
Acknowledging past harmful conduct while continuing similar behavior demonstrates an awareness of the harm without actual change, rather than a lack of understanding. Jacqueline says she later checked on the injured child over the following days, asking how she slept and whether it hurt.
How'd you sleep? She goes, okay. I go, did your butt hurt? She goes, I say, they curse at home, and I do as well. And so I said, did your hurt? She goes, no, not really. And she goes, can I see yours? And I did it as well to myself. May I show you?
No, that's okay. You don't have to, unless you want to see that.
I would like to see.
So this is the context.
She then states she attempted to replicate the act on herself to prove she did not intend harm, confirming that she also bled. She says this was the moment she realized it was no longer a joke.
And I just went and I said, oh my gosh, I had no idea, because no one has ever made contact with me. So there was no screw in my drill when I did it. But I just went pop, 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 just like that. Probably more range because of my arm. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This was not.
Do you remember when that was?
This was like when she came out and I said, I am so freaking sorry. I did not mean for it to make
That same day or so?
Oh my gosh, like right after she came out of the bathroom. No.
Did you bleed at all?
Yeah. I mean, yes, I did. I didn't think that it would bleed, but I just did it just to show them, like, I'm so sorry. I did not mean for it to hurt you. Look, here, I'll do it to myself, and it hurt. No one has ever, okay, so the joke is not anymore. It won't be a joke anymore.
She continues disputing the timeline, insisting the incident occurred about 1 week prior, not 2, referencing a camp schedule as justification.
So the joke is, have you ever been screwed in your now? And I said, now we both have. I am so sorry. And we hugged it out. We were good for, she said 2 weeks. It was not 2 weeks. This bruise is probably from, what?
Today's Friday.
Yeah, 1 week? Like, it wasn't, I did not miss a day of camp. Can I get my glasses up, please? Yeah, that's okay. But that's what I mean. It's like, this is the reason? This is abuse? I don't think so. Whatever.
Well, okay. That might
I'm
be
so
the
sorry.
problem.
And you know what I'm sorry about? Is that this whole thing has to happen because of that.
What were you doing before you got here?
Jacqueline discusses events leading up to her arrest, including cleaning her house, preparing for a trip to Orlando, and planning recreational activities.
I was at home.
Doing what?
We were cleaning because we were going to go to Orlando. I was talking to my ex's mom, who were going to go to her house, and we were supposed to go roller skating tomorrow with his daughter, his oldest daughter. She's 24. And this morning I was talking to them and I'm like, girls, you have responsibility. There was no hitting, no punishment at all. And said, I have no responsibilities. It's yours. Okay? The animals, I didn't ask for them. Okay? And she goes, "In the house, it's your problem." She doesn't talk. She has very good opinions and she'll tell the truth, and I guess I can't. She's the victim, so I'm sorry.
Which ended abruptly when she learned her child was identified as the victim in the case. Her narrative remains scattered, frequently drifting into unrelated personal details. Inclusion of irrelevant information is an attempt to divert attention from the main issue, instead of directly addressing the problem. Despite her explanations, Jacqueline is formally charged with child harmful conduct and taken to jail.
That's what I mean, it's unlocked.
Just gonna make sure.
Sure.
Right in the seat.
Oops. Thank you.
Do you want your phone?
Yes, sir. I mean, I see the keys. Yeah, right there. Yep.
Do you want anything else in here?
I mean, I don't know. I guess everything could go in that bag.
But a lot's gonna go thrown out, though.
The what?
A lot will get thrown out
Why?
because a lot can't go into the jail.
Okay. So can you? I'm sorry to ask. Could you lock it in the car?
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
nothing.
I mean, do you have like a debit, like your actual purse?
Do I actually need my debit card?
I don't know if you want it left in your car.
I don't really care.
Okay.
I guess my ID
How's it? Hold on. Let's get that out
is
for a
that
second.
my.
Yeah. All right. I'll put this underneath your front seat.
Or
I think
in
your
the
front seat is in
trunk.
the
It
trunk.
doesn't matter,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
The video concludes by stating Jacqueline was eligible for release after posting a $25,000 bond. Court documents later show the case was ultimately closed. While the legal case may be closed, there are underlying concerns about the long-term safety and mental health of the children. Closing a case does not necessarily resolve the potential harm. Ultimately, the case concluded with a clear finding. Whether described as a misunderstanding or a joke, the behavior crossed the line and constituted child harmful conduct under the law. If you are a parent, teach your child that any behavior that hurts, frightens, or shames them must be reported to another adult or teacher. And remember, a child's silence never means consent. Thank you for following this case. See you tomorrow on Liu.